Are you new to the SSIS and want to understand what are the different components of SSIS and how to start with your first SSIS package? Hi, this is Krupali from KnowHow Academy. I welcome you all to SSIS playlist. Before going ahead in this video, let me tell you what you will learn from this video. First, you will understand the SSIS Studio. Second thing, you will learn about what is package. Third thing, you will learn about what is control flow. Fourth thing, you will learn about what is data flow. And fifth, you will design data flow task using package in SSIS. Now let me tell you the first thing, that is understanding the SSIS Studio. If you are creating your first SSIS package, what you need to do? First of all, you need to search for Visual Studio, that is whether it is a 2022 version or whether it's any other version. Then here you need to click on Create New Project. Then you need to search for SSIS Integration Service Project. So right here, Integration. Then you will see this three options: Integration Service Project, Integration Service Project Azure Enabled, and Integration Service Import Project Wizard. So I am selecting Integration Service Project. Click on that and click on Next. Here you need to give your project name. So let's say I am giving my project name is my first project. Let's say first project of SSIS, or you can say the data load project. Okay, data loading project, whatever name. Then where you want to save, let's say I want to save it under the downloads or any specific folder which I have created under the D drive. So you need to select that folder. Then whatever the project you have created, that will be saved under this location. Then you need to check this, place the solution and project in the same directory. That means one SLN file will be created, that should be in a same directory. And then you need to click on Create. And here you will see the name of the project which you have given at the time of creating a project. And your entire SSIS Studio is divided into 5 parts. This is called SSIS Toolbox. This is called Solution Explorer. This is called Connection Manager window, and this is called a welcome thing, that is telling you about the SSIS projects and everything. This is your window where you will design your data flow task or control flow task. So I hope you understand the SSIS Studio. I know you have a question that what is SSIS package, what is part, what is that control flow, what is data flow and all these things. Don't worry, I will tell you. So let me tell you the second thing. What is package in SSIS? In SSIS, a package is a collection of tasks, connections and configuration design to perform data integration, transformation and workflow automation. It is the core unit of execution in SSIS. So I hope you understand. So here in your Solution Explorer, you will see the SSIS package. Under that you will see that one package is created and the extension of that is data transformation service package. If you want to add more package, you can right click on it and click on SSIS package. So this way package will be added. Now let me tell you the third thing. What is control flow in SSIS? Control flow in SSIS define the sequence and execution order of tasks and containers in a package. It mainly allows the workflow, conditional branching, looping and parallel task execution. Now let me show you. Here you will see the by default the first tab is control flow, and here you will see the different tasks. Basically control flow is responsible for performing different tasks, and here data flow is one of the tasks of the control flow. Now let me tell you the fourth thing. what is data flow in SSIS. Data flow in SSIS handle the extraction, transformation and loading of data between the source and the destination. It includes data source, transformation and destination, enabling the flow and manipulation of data during the execution. So this is all about the data flow. Now here you will see that second tab is data flow, where you can add data flow task. But you cannot directly add data flow task here. First you need to go to the control flow, click on the data flow and that task is added. Once you double click on that, you will be in this window that is responsible for doing data flow related task. So here whatever task you are seeing, that is related to data flow. If you go to the control panel, here you will see that only task. That task is not related to data flow. Okay, if you want to do some things under the data flow, you need to go to the data flow and then this task you will see. Same way you will see the parameters, then event handler, package explorer and many more things. So in upcoming video we will explore all the things related to that. Now let me tell you the fifth thing, how you can design your first SSIS package which will load data from source to destination. So here I will use one Excel file which will load data into the SQL server. Now this is my Excel file which contains the big basket project data. It has a several row and it has I think 10 or 12 different columns which contain the different information like what is the product name, what is the index, what is the subcategory, what is the brand of the product, then sell price, what is the type of the product, what is the market price, product rating and the description of the product. So these are the things which is there in my Excel file. Now what I want to load this data into my SSIS database in one of the table. Right now I did not create any table, but using SSIS package I will create that table and insert data into the table. So for that what you need to do, first of all you need to make sure that how many sheets are there in your Excel file and where is your Excel file. So my Excel file is there in download folder and the sheet name is data. Then you need to close that, and if you have done any changes you can save it, otherwise it will be closed automatically. Then you need to right click on SSIS package and take a new package if there is no other package or there is no blank package. I have already one default package. The name of the package is package.dtsx. Then you need to go to the control flow and here let me just delete it which I have taken. And here you need to take one task. Now what type of task here you want to do? Here I want to transform data from Excel file to the SQL server. So this task is called data flow task. So in the control flow you need to select the data flow task. If it is not visible you can search that data flow task. Then here you need to double click on it and it will open. Now here you will see that data flow task is added. Now here you can add a connection manager so that SSIS will establish a connection between the different files and the database. Now you can right click on that and change the name of the data flow which is looking. So let's say data loading task. Loading task. And here you will see that. Now if the font size is small and if you want to increase you can just click that and here it will increase. If you want to change the theme you can go to the tools, go to the options and here you need to go to the environment. In general you will see the different options available. If you keep it light, here it will look like this. So based on whatever choice you can do that. So this is my data flow task. Now you can add connection here by right clicking on connection manager and at the time of designing a data flow task, you can add a connection manager. So I will add connection manager at the time of designing a task. So here double click on that, and here automatically you will be in a data flow task. You can change the zoom and zoom in. Okay, then what you need to do? First of all, you need to select the source. Source means from where you want to load the data. So I want to load data from the Excel file. So here you will see that common is there, favorite is there, and source and destination, other source and other destination. So here select that and source, and just drag that here. So this is Excel source. Okay, now let's say here you want to change the name of that. So right click on it, rename it, and give the name as, let's say, Excel Big Basket Data. Okay, Big Basket Excel Data. Okay, then you need to add the destination. Now between the source and destination, if you want to perform any task that is combining the two columns and all this thing, that you can do that. But right now I just want to transfer as it is the data. So here I need to go to the destination and search for the OLEDB destination. So here this OLEDB destination is added. Now make sure, if OLEDB destination will generate an error, then we will take an edio.net destination. Why? There sometime some package are missing in your operating system, or when you install Microsoft Visual Studio, you may forget to add some package or framework, so it may generate an error. So let's first set the Excel file. So double click on that, and here you need to configure your source. Now when you are configuring a source, first of all you need to establish a connection between the SSIS and your Excel file. So for that you need to click on connection manager, or you need to select a connection manager. So here connection manager is empty. Why? Because we did not create any connection. So if you want to create a new connection, you can click here new, and then connection will be created. Then you need to select the Excel path. So my Excel file is here in the Big Basket product data. Then click on that, and here automatically the version will be selected, and you need to check that first row has a column name. Otherwise, first row is also considered as a data, and click on OK. Then you need to select what type of sheet data you want to add. So as you know that we have only one sheet, the name of the sheet is data. So here you can select table or view from the data access mode. Why? Because you can access data from the Excel file using table. You can write a query also to fetch the data, and you can write only the SQL command variable also, but I am just selecting a table or view. Then here different sheets, here you will see whatever the number of sheets are there, here you will see that. So my sheet name is data, and always Excel sheet name is ended with the dollar in SSIS. Although dollar is not present, but here it will see. Then you can preview the data. So here you can see that this is the data which is there, and click on OK. Once you click on OK, then red color will go. That means your connection is established successfully. Then what you need to do, whatever the data is there, you need to flow to the SQL server. So here you will see that this is the blue color arrow and red color arrow. Red color arrow is for that when we are transferring data from Excel file to SQL, what if any error occurred? So that is the flow for that, and blue color is for normal. So here you need to select that arrow and just drag it. So here whatever the data from the source, it will flow to that destination. Now here you can see that connection manager is also created. You can change the connection manager name here from here by right click and rename. So let's say here Big Basket Data. Okay, Excel. So this is my Excel connection manager. Now I want to configure the destination also. So double click on that, and here you need to select the OLEDB manager. So once again I need to establish a connection between the SSIS and my SQL server. So if I have created any other connection, then here it will see. Otherwise, you can click on new connection and here you can see that. So new connection will be added, and here you need to write a name of a server. You can write dot, then automatically server name here you will see that. Dot means if it is a local server. If it is not displaying, then what you can do, you can connect your SQL server and right click here and go to the properties, and here you will see the name of the server. So copy that server name, go to the SSIS, and instead of dot you can write that. Now let's say here you want to connect to the user who is currently logged in. So let's say who is currently logged in. So here you can see that in this, let me just expand that, and here you can see that current user is Krupali. So here I want to log in with that. So go to that, and instead of Windows authentication, select the SQL Server authentication, and write here the login and password using which you have logged in the SQL Server. So here I'm writing my username and password, and if you want to save it, you can save it. Then you can select the database which is there. So you can see that here I want to access this database, SSIS database. So here you will see the SSIS database. Now you want to check whether the connection is established successfully or not. You can click on test connection. So here you will see that test connection succeed. That means connection is established successfully, and then click on OK. That means your connection is created, and click on OK. And now what's the next thing here? You can select the table. Okay. Whatever task we have done, that is for connection manager. Here whatever the table name we have created, we can select that. But here you can see that under the SSIS there is no table. Okay, so here if you just click that, you will not see anything. So if you want to create table here, okay, so you can click on new, and then based on whatever source data is there, whatever the number of column and whatever the number of data type or whatever the data type is there, you will see that. You can change it here. Let's say I don't want to take the data type of sales price as a float. You can check it. Okay, you can change it, and then you can click on OK. Once you click on OK, then automatically this table name is created under that server. Okay, so that you need to make sure. Then here you need to go to the mapping, and here you will see that from the Excel where the data will go. That means from the Excel file index column, data will be loaded into the SQL Server table in the index column, and so on. So make sure that both the source column and destination columns are making perfectly. If is there any error, then what should be the output, and then go to the connection manager and click on OK. If you want to see view existing, then here you will see if there is any data in that table or not. So there is no data. So click on OK. So my destination is also configured successfully. Now here we are done with designing a data flow task which will transform Excel data into the SQL Server. So we are done with the designing part. And here you can see that the beauty is that you do not need to write any code. If you are using it programmatically or using the Visual Studio Code, then you should write a code to establish a connection, then you should write a code to take data and iterate it, and then you need to write an insert query. But SSIS will do everything by its own. It's just a drag and drop thing and select the tables and everything. So here my package is designed which contain one data flow task which will do the transform of data between the Excel and the SQL Server. So you need to save it. Once it is saved, you need to execute it, whether it's working fine or not. So here, let me just go to the SQL Server, refresh the data, and if you just select the table, here you will see that table is created. When we click on new and click on OK, at that time table is created. Now if you want to see the data, you can click on the new query, and here you can write select star from, because I want to see all the data. and write the name of a table, and then you can execute it. Okay, now there is no data. Now what I will do, I will insert all the data in the created table. Now before that, what you can do, here in the mapping, you can also see whether there is any error change or anything or not. Let's say some change of the column data type and all these things. So here you can do. Here also in that you can see the column name, and you can see what are the name of the column and what is the output of the column. So let's say index column you want to give as a anything name. So let's say ABC, so you can change it. Okay, but I'm not changing it, keeping it as it is. Okay, now let's save that. And if you want to start execution, then right click on it and execute task. Otherwise you can write, then you can the second way is that click on the package and click on execute package. Okay, so whatever the packages are there, or whatever the task that package contain, all the tasks will be executed, but I want to execute this task only. So click on execute task. So within a fraction of second your task will start its execution, and you can see that yellow color thing, that means task is executing. And you can see that how many rows are transferred, and you can see that within a fraction of second it is transferred 27,555 row into the SQL server. If you write a query to insert this many record, it will take lots of time, but within a 5 to 10 seconds it transforms all the data. Now let me check it here. Execute task. Now here you can see that all the rows are inserted by the SSIS to the SQL server. So I hope you understand how to perform data loading task using SSIS. Before ending this video, let me tell you what you have learned from this video. From this video, you have learned, first, you understand the SSIS Studio. Second thing, you learn about what is package. Third thing, you have learned what is control flow. Fourth thing, you have learned what is data flow. And fifth thing, you performed practical implementation of data loading task, which will transfer data from Excel file to SQL Server table. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as a source of your IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate to the tech world. If you have any question, do not feel hesitate to reach out us. Stay curious, keep learning.